Hey, welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Thank y'all so much for joining the live stream again. Shout out to the NTZ crew, Jeffrey J, Michael Beach of Life. I'm sure you're going to be out here. All my old heads. There's Roger Walker. What's up, Roger? Good morning. Doubtful Genius, Goo 3457. There's the Beach of Life. Hey, Let Makata. Thanks for joining us. Kaz Redmond. I love LaChon. Any new viewers and subscribers watching for the first time, welcome. And anybody that's going to be catching this on replay. The subject today is if you decide to travel to the Philippines. We're just going to talk about some things you may want to do, don't do, be aware of. I don't really know how long we're going to be on here because I don't know when that big fight is coming on. I know everybody's tuned into their TVs over there for that big fight between Earl Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. I love both of those guys, man. It's one of those fights where it had to happen, but it's not like Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. I wanted Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, it was always a good guy versus the bad guy. These are two good guys, really. And it kind of got me torn, but I won't be able to watch it. But through the genius of technology, I'll be able to watch the replay. Hey, Q Dubs, he says, I'm in my car driving to the hamster wheel. I'll be listening in while driving. Magandang Umaga, everyone. That's good morning. There's Jacob Tanjay. What's up, brother? Yeah, I know everybody's going to be watching that fight. There's Cooper's Thai Adventures. Are you still here, Cooper? He says, hey, brother, how you doing today? I love watching your live streams. You rock. Are you still in the Philippines? I saw your last video. I think it was your last video. You were going over the renovation of your house up there and showed that beautiful truck you had. I know your buddy, he's moved down to Cebu now, Cornelius Mack. He's no longer up there in Cavite. Everybody's leaving Cavite. What's going on, man? Is something going on? Hey, Dimitri, living the dream. Thanks for that super sticker. Did I tell y'all the peso is 54.92, which is it's almost at 55 again. I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad. Anytime it's over 50, I mean, really, you're winning over here. He says, Uncle Buck, morning from Australia. You know, I did that video yesterday on just talking a little bit about health, and I don't understand why people don't seem to take that serious. People just want to get on a plane and come over here and forget their health because, you know, everybody says, oh, it's so easy. The women are going to be falling over for you and all of that. Well, look, why even come over here if you're not in good shape? Forget the women. We're talking about just being able to get out on the beach, go up in the mountains, do a lot of other things that you're going to want to do over here. You want to be in good health, man. You want to be in good spirits. But when you make a video like that, nobody watches it. They just like, oh, I'm going to take it for granted. I'm good enough. All you have to do is look around. Go to Dumaguete, go to Manila, go to Cebu. You see it. These slouches walking around. I'm talking about them because I don't want to be that way. Okay, you're either going to take care of yourself or somebody's going to take care of you. So it depends on what you want to do. What's up, Quintessential One? Peace and prosperity to the family. Thanks, Brother Cal. But health is wealth. And we've let ourselves go. As we get older, man, health is much more valuable. Lost a friend today over in America, man. Shocked. He just, you know, his wife found him dead. I guess it was a heart attack. You know, he was a good guy. One of the nicest guys you want to meet. He was younger than me. I'd say he's about 6 or 7 years younger than me. That's what I woke up to on the Facebook today. So guys, you know, take your health seriously, especially as you get older. You know, you can't do anything. You can't outrun heredity. Some of us, it's in our genes. We're going to die early. So it's all about the quality of life, man. And that's all I'm saying. You don't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. You don't have to have the strictest diet and take all the right supplements, but it's better than doing nothing, man. Just don't do nothing. I don't get that. But let's talk about it. If you decide to travel to the Philippines, the first thing I'm going to say is let somebody know you're coming. And not only just your family and friends, but the STEP program, the Smart Travelers program that you can sign up for on the travel.state.gov. It's free. And they monitor you, really. I received this reason I got the idea for this, because I talk about this from time to time. Because we take it for granted. We'll come all the way 8,000 miles for a 2-week vacation, and we don't plan at all. There's no planning. No one knows we're over here. And then you end up getting scammed like the guy in Lapu-Lapu. And I keep bringing him up because his problem is going to be the solution to a lot of people. Had he made a plan, had he let somebody know he was going to be over here, he would have had a better ending. But we don't want anybody to know we're over here, especially the Philippines. You know, that the reputation that it has and this and that. But join that STEP program. Let somebody know you're coming here. Then come up with a plan, emergency plan. More than likely, you're not going to need it, but that's why they call it an emergency. Have something over there and have something over here. If he had an emergency plan, had some money back there, they could have just wired it to him. He wouldn't have had to depend on the embassy to get him back home, because he's going to have to pay them people that money back. So the STEP program is letting the government know you're here, just in case. They know you're here anyway. But the STEP program is going just a step further. When they swipe that passport, they know where you are. But this way, you get the notifications in the event of an evacuation, in the event there's problems that you need to know about. They're going to email you, and that goes a long way, guys. It's really, really important. And then one thing I stopped doing in America, I stopped watching the news. But when you're overseas, as far away as we are in the Philippines, I watch the news now. I actually monitor the local media, the newspapers, social media, the television, for any changes, especially in the weather. And then I adjust my plans accordingly, because we were stuck down in Cebu for two extra nights that we weren't supposed to be there. Hey, Gary T said, good morning from California, brother, man. In your opinion, what's the most common mistake expats make when they are in the Philippines? Well, a lot of times they don't let people know they're over here. They don't have an emergency plan. But the biggest mistake is they run out of money. They spend too much money because everybody comes over here, oh, the Philippines is cheap. It is. Once you start to understand the peso economy, once you start to understand the value of your money over here, but when you first come over here, your spending habits are going to be the same as they were when you got on the plane in your country. It's not going to change. And I always say it, the $1,000 in your hand in America is going to be the same $1,000 in your hand in the Philippines until you make some changes. And you're not going to do that right away. Now, if you got a woman over here that you can trust, that $1,000 is going to go a whole lot further. It's going to actually be 55,000 pesos. But yeah, that's the biggest mistake, is we overspend. over here, Gary T. What's up, Mr. Passport King? He said, good morning, Brother Cal from Santa Rosa Laguna. Oh, man, welcome back, brother. He said, get the lights up, hit the notification bell, subscribe, whatever. Guys, if you really like the information, wait, what's going on here? Let me get back to the live. I love the chart says it's cheap when you're by yourself. However, when you're with your girlfriends, family, etc., yeah, you're going to spend more. You're going to spend more anyway. See, everybody is going to the point where they're not coming over here. They're not going to be single. They're going to be with somebody. But you can still watch your money. But it's not going to happen the first time you're over here. But that is the biggest mistake. The travel insurance, guys, that goes a long way. Check that box. Just in case your luggage is lost or anything like that, an emergency over here. Mr. Pirate Brain says, I'm here in Austin, Texas, working on my health so I can make it there. He says, sorry, I screwed up the comment. Kenny Ray said, Cal, thoughts go out for the people lost on that overturned ferry. Seemed to be over 26. Where did that take place? Wow. Well, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the reason why I got stuck in Cebu. The ferries had stopped running. See, we don't fly a whole lot over here. And I didn't see that, Kenny Ray. I'm going to have to, let me write this down. I'm going to have to look that up. Man, 26 people? Dad? See, I don't have my computer today. I'm on my phone. Yeah, our sincerest condolences go out to the victims' families, man. But see, that happens over here. Y'all think I just be on here talking. I've got a very important channel, guys. Go back a couple of months. I did a video on the ferry system over here. But all y'all want to talk about is women. Look, man, the women are here. They're ready, willing, and they're able. You know, they're going to accommodate you, man. You know, y'all need to get away from that stuff. This is a big mistake too, Gary T, that we make. We focus on these women over here. That's all y'all want to talk about. I mean, come on, guys. There's enough information out there now. And then they're churning out more videos every day. You want some type of reassurance. I mean, wow. Okay. Jacob Tande says a passenger boat all over the news here. Yeah, see, I missed it. I missed that. Because remember, it's early here. Jay Curl says it flooded there. No, not in my area. And remember the Philippines, you know, I did a video a couple of years ago. I'm going to have to do another one. What Philippines are you talking about? Which Philippines are you visiting? It's spread out. 7,000 islands, over 7,000, 2,000 inhabited. It's different everywhere you go. The weather's different. The conditions are different. Earthquakes in some places, volcanoes in others, typhoons in others, flooding, mudslides. But it's not just one Philippines. And this is the point I try to make over and over and over and over. The language is different. The food is different. Yeah. The Philippines is very diverse. Okay, Ilo. See, Eric Terry, if you're watching this, this is why we didn't come to your invitation to come to Boracay, because we would have had to catch that ferry. We may have been on it. Let me tell Maryland, check the news. That ferry in Iloilo overturned 26 people dead. See where that was, please. Because remember, we were supposed to be on that. But we changed our minds. The weather in Cebu made us change our minds, so we didn't go. And Eric Terry, if you're watching, this is the reason why we didn't go. Because the weather, man, you may take off from the pier and everything's sunny like it is now. The minute you get out there, the weather can change uh, in a hurry. Oh, okay. Now RV says the overturned boat is in Laguna Lake near Rizal. That's in Luzon. I'm gonna have to look it up for myself, guys. Frankie said peripheral family members can cost you 5 times more for providing support and hiring friends, all in the name of looking after your Filipina. Was surprised when just access local services low key. Well, you know, this is a discussion that could go on and on, guys. You have to understand something. You're not under any obligation to take care of her family. We do that to ourselves. Filipinos, they're not going to ask you for anything. They got a lot of pride. If they do, that's a red flag. I mean, what else do you need? But you're not going to be responsible for that. We do that to ourselves. Okay, Frankie? We're the ones trying to look good, trying to be the superhero, putting the family on our backs and all of that. We could talk about that all day. You don't have to do that. More than likely, like I said, man, I've been around 3 families closely. I'm talking about. Never asked me for 1 peso. Jack Wolfanger, what's up? He said, you would do better if you focus on the woman after you get here or just before. Focus on preparation and getting here first. Women will come later if you want. You will enjoy your trip much more. Yeah, this is a fact. But will we do that? Jack? Hey, who is this? My buddy Ken. Thanks for that super chat, brother. And I'm sorry, man. I went to sleep last night, but we'll talk today. He said, good morning, Cal. He said, good morning, Calvin and Sunshine Shoulders crew. That ferry was overloaded and 27 people died. Very sad, brother. Wow. Yeah, Google's reporting that 27 people died. Oh, my God, man. 43 were rescued. But see, that's been like the 3rd or 4th ferry accident since I did my video only a few months ago. You have to understand this stuff, man. When you come over here, most of us, we don't even ride a ferry at home. But remember, these are islands, so you can't fly from San Carlos City to Cebu. You have to get on that ferry, man, and go to Toledo, then catch the bus or van or car or motorcycle. With Taurus 1. See, it's a lot of things, you know, this is fitting right into our discussion, guys. If you decide to travel to the Philippines, get to know about your transportation options. Philippine Statistic Authority says the best way to get around is by bus. It is because there's only 70 airports in the Philippines. And you can't fly into everywhere. But yeah, man, that's really sad, man. And it's really scary because we're always catching that ferry. I'll be on the ferry either later on today or tomorrow because we're going back to Siquijor. You got to catch that ferry, man. You can't fly from Dumaguete to Siquijor. You know, Siquijor's got a small airport, but I think it's just like for private planes and stuff, the military and stuff like that. You can't fly in there. You got to fly into Dumaguete, then get on that ferry. They got several. Manny, 4 Figueroa. He said, watch the recent video working out at the gym with Maryland. Much respect for your consistency and discipline. Thank you. I was talking about that earlier. You know, I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger or anybody like that, Funk Roberts or anybody like that, but we can do something, guys. We can do something. You don't just, it's a fact, man. I'm not saying it. I'm not a doctor or a healthcare provider, But men who are active, who work out on a regular basis, they produce more testosterone. They have higher levels of testosterone than men who are inactive, who don't. Then when you lift weights, you do certain HIIT exercises, cardio exercises, it gives you that boost. You're going to need it if you're coming over here fooling with these women. Guys act like, you're watching too many videos where you say, oh, the age gap don't matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter socially, but physically it is. Mentally it is. So quit fooling yourself. Socially, no, nobody's going to give a damn if you got a 20-year-old woman and you're 65 years old. They got other things to worry about, but you're going to have problems. Go back and watch my video, Filipinos are widow makers, and see if I'm joking. These guys are dying over here, man, fooling with these young women. You're not in shape. You haven't had a physical in forever. You're not eating right. You're not taking care of yourself. You're watching these videos. You're flying over here. These women are in tip-top condition. Their daily, just from their daily activities of living, puts them in tip-top condition. You can't fool with them, but you trying and you dying. You trying and you dying, guys. Hey, Z's. He says, I watched your old video when you had hair. Time flies by. I was talking about that today. Merlin was talking about my head. Okay, I'm the only one in my family. See, my hair will grow here, but it won't grow here. And that's a consequence of moving over here. Something happened to me over here outside of that bad haircut I received. Because nobody in my family is bald. Nobody. I mean, you can't even go back. I can go back generations, man, on both sides of my family, and nobody is bald. Something's missing from my diet or something. I mean, I'm as shocked as anybody else that I'm bald, man. Hey, W Secrets of Success, thanks for that super chat. He said, what's up, Cal? It appears that money isn't enough to keep your woman there. You better have your help or she'll jump on the next train coming through. Absolutely great point here. This is why people are coming over. They're just watching these videos. Yeah, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, but after a while, you better be able to perform. These young women are women still in their prime sexually and everything like that. Are you going to lose them? It sounds good, yeah. They're going to get tired of pushing you around in a wheelchair and washing your behind and changing your diapers and all of that. See, they don't want to hear the nitty gritty. I'm going to give it to you. I mean, you can do something, but we don't want to do anything. We just think all you got to do is show up over here with a pension. Yeah, they're going to take it. They're going to take you in. But how happy are you going to be? That's all I'm saying. Well, how happy are you going to be? He said, Yul Brenner and Telly Savalas made it work, Cal. No biggie. It's not. I'm just saying I'm just as shocked as anybody, though. When I first started coming to the Philippines, I actually had like a small fro. I did. I was wearing almost like a DC fade. If y'all remember what that was. Mr. Private Brain says, Calvin, that video that you had on all white and the walls were white, you reminded me of Mr. Clean. Somebody said they thought I died and went to heaven. Sam Safari said, Filipinos picked out your hair one by one as a memento. That's what happened, Sunshine. I'll tell you, something happened, guys. King Arthur said, Cal, eat more at the Y to cure your baldness. I think that's helping because it used to be all the way back here, but now I'm getting hair right here. Eventually, if it grows anywhere near here, my original line, I may let it grow. Mr. Tingo De Niro says, Cal, do you think $3,000 a month is enough to retire in the Philippines? It actually is if you're living reasonably. That's the only question I really can't answer because I don't know your lifestyle. I don't know what you like to do. Do you drink? Do you smoke? How much of that is net? Because see, we're always talking about, oh, can 2,000, can 3,000. How much of that is net that you're going to be bringing every month? Remember Mr. Tingo Dinero. Philippine Statistic Authority says that if you earn $3,808 per month on a regular basis, you're considered rich in the Philippines. I didn't say that. They did. So at 3,000, you're upper class over here. You should be able to make that work anywhere in the Philippines. But remember, we're bringing our spending habits over here. It's going to take a while. It doesn't matter what you're thinking. You're not going to get off that plane and start understanding how things work over here. You're going to have that exchange calculator going off in your mind, and you're going to do what I told Gary T. Gary said, what's the biggest mistake? You're going to overspend. Everything's going to look like a deal. Everything's going to look cheap. You're not going to know the difference. Let's see. Wait. Here. Okay. Hey, Elhover29 says, whenever I'm in the Philippines, I feel very clean and relaxed. Every time I leave, it makes me really sad. Stress levels are definitely different when I'm there. My 5-year plan is in effect. This is true, I believe, for everybody. Certainly was true for me. My stress levels are way, way down when I come to the Philippines. I'm no longer anxious. I'm no longer depressed. Something does happen to you. I call it the fountain of youth. You got the 365 days of sunshine, the attractive, beautiful woman. You're going to tweak your diet and you're going to be more active simply because you're going to walk more. You're going to have to walk more here. Even if you get on that damn bus, it's like a popcorn machine. You like this for 5 hours. I either be doing it today or tomorrow. You're going to lose weight. Frank Ellis says, I can't believe these guys still asking these budget questions. Why do we keep beating this horse? Well, I'm going to tell you why, because about every 6 months, you get a new audience over here, Frank, believe it or not. People are just now finding my channel. YouTube is hating on me, man, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop. But they are. There's no way after 3 years that people should just be finding my channel, but they are. With over 50,000 subscribers, but they are. They're not pushing me out there like they should. Sam Champion said, what happened? There was a ferry accident, Sam. 27 people killed. The word is, I haven't read it, but what's coming in on here is saying that it was overloaded. Al Rogan said, be careful. Some guy got 4 years for an ounce of weed. Over here, yeah, I wouldn't do it, man. It's not worth it. But you see where Singapore, they executed the first female inmate in so many years, and she had 31 grams of heroin. 31 grams, man. They executed this lady. She was caught in 2016 in a raid in a house, and she was sentenced to death 2019. Well, hell, 4 years later, she's dead now. Yeah, I love the challenge says, I'll be moving from poverty to upper class then. Yeah. Well, it's going to take a while for you to do that. I love the challenge. Once you get a hold of your spending, then you'll be able to go up. But the mistake we make, one of the mistakes we make, we try to go from 2-star to 5-star over here because we got that calculator going. We'll see, the Dubai hotels is $5,000 a night. Well, that's not even $100. Look at all that you're getting. You can't even get a a shack for 100 in America, right? So you spend the 5,000. Now you're living 4-star, 5-star. You're gonna run out of money when you do that. Instead of going somewhere like the Tip Top for $20, yeah, or something Ace Pension House. If you're 2-star, I'm saying over there. We're not talking about being cheap because you're gonna get the same thing over here, guys. You're gonna get the aircon. You're gonna get the Wi-Fi and cable, free Wi-Fi and cable. Tip Top, you even get a free breakfast. You're going to get the hot shower if you want it. See? But, guys say, hey, it's my money. I can spend it any way I want. And that's what happens. That's why they run out of money. King B. Stacker said, what's your story, Mike Ray? I mean, what's he saying? JV said, is Maryland feeding you something to make you bald to try to scare the ladies away? No, I was going bald before I met her. Actually, when you're a man over here, a man, there ain't nothing they can do short of killing you that's going to scare the women away. Now, I'm not talking about just all men aren't the same. All expats aren't the same, guys. That's why, that's why I tell y'all my story. When I do those videos, I'm really talking about me because we're not all the same. Some guys come over here and they live their best life. All the good stuff that you hear, they're getting that. But then some guys come over here and all the bad stuff, they're getting that. Because we're not the same. Some guys can't even come over here and carry on a conversation with women over here. If you can't do that, you don't have anything coming, man. I mean, Philippines, listen, guys, I want to make a video, but y'all won't watch it. It's called, the Philippines is a perfect storm for a single man over here, a single foreign man. We didn't have nothing to do with the storm. It all came together, the cost of living, the strength of your dollar, the circumstances over here that make women, younger women flock to you. It's a perfect storm over here. If you can come over here and be a real man. All men that come over here aren't men. Some of you guys come over here, get off the plane and lay down. I'm not going to lay down. Some of you guys, you don't even know how to talk to a woman. These women are nice, man. They're some of the friendliest people in the world. But y'all watching the wrong videos. They're not going to run up to you. If they do, you better run. You better turn and run. Hey, no Tingo Dinero, thanks for that super chat. He said, thanks for the info, Cal. I didn't mean to offend your watchers with the question. No, you didn't offend anybody, brother. New viewers are on here every single live stream, watching my videos every single day. That's the beauty of YouTube. Because people are going to drop off, but then people are going to jump on. There's really no stupid question, to be honest with you. I called the guy's question the other day stupid, but it really wasn't. They keep talking about, this Filipinos like black men. To me, it's a stupid question, but to a new guy who really wants to know, it's not a stupid question. But I say turn that question around. Do black men like Filipinos? See, you're the prize, remember? You're the damn prize. No matter how bad your situation is, guys, I'm going to say this over and over and over when you get here. No matter how lonely you are, no matter how desperate you are, or whatever it is, depressed and all that, her situation is worse. Okay? Diamonds are literally falling from the sky over here. Every time a plane lands, it's full of diamonds. But y'all don't believe me. And the Filipinos are down on the ground picking up them damn diamonds, and they're getting rich. So, okay. Bro Torres once said, hey, Cal, do you drink coffee for pre-workouts? I don't. I drink 1, maybe 2 cups of coffee in the morning. Now, what I will do, because this new Viper gym is so nice, man. They've got, I don't know if I showed y'all when I did that video there. They've got a coffee shop there. And they got like a balcony. And they got some tables lined out. I'll just get a coffee and sit out there and watch the traffic go by after I work out, but not before. I don't do anything. We don't take any pre-workouts. You know, Merlin probably needs to take something post-workout because she really, really works hard. I mean, she really, really works hard. But, you know, she won't listen to me. Now, if one of those trainers over there said, hey, why don't you start taking something post-workout? She'll do it. But if I say it, because she thinks she's far advanced than me, not realizing when I was 22 years old, you were 3. I was working out long before you. But yeah, Mr. Pirate Brain says, by the way, Cal, I love the way you read your books. You have so much talent, brother. Thank you. There's going to be on Netflix. There's going to be Slash Stallone documentary. It hasn't started yet, but it's coming out. I put a reminder, and on it he says, why go to your grave? I'm just gonna, paraphrase this because it's not really saying, but he's saying that we all have some type of talent. Really, he said you might as well just try, okay, because you really don't have anything to lose, and be successful. Live that life that you always wanted to live instead of just being all hesitant and afraid to show the talent that you got. And I believe that. I believe we all have a talent, but people tell you, and it's usually well-meaning friends and family, oh, that you can't do it. Why would you even try that? Or because they can't do it, they want you. They want you to think that you can't do it either, and they'll be the first ones to tell you. But thank you, brother, because I'm writing this book now. Y'all gonna like it. It's called The Passport Brother and the Case of the Sacred Brew. It came to me one night, and I'm writing it now. You're really gonna like it. I'm just gonna write it all the way until it presented itself, and I'm just gonna keep writing until it ends. But it's really gonna be interesting, man. I'm gonna put a spin on the Passport Brother thing. I love LaChan said, hopefully January of next year. Oh, okay. Roger T says, ask a question, look stupid for a minute. Don't ask and look stupid for a lifetime. Which would you prefer? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, if you decide that you're going to come to the Philippines, make sure while you're here, if you're here right now, it's the first time here, monitor the local media. Look at the news. See, I didn't do it today. Normally I do. I'll get up and I'll go on to inquire.net. I'm Manila. See, I would have known about that, but I was writing my book and time caught up with me. Then Merlin bought my breakfast in. I didn't even look. But I normally monitor the news, man, every single day. I quit doing that in America because it's different. In America, it's nothing but bad news. Shocking all, there's nothing really there that's going to help you. But over here, yeah, it'll help you. It will. It will really help you. He says, I got tired of trying to get a good haircut for what, $35. I shaved my head. Yeah, I'm watching on YouTube, man. Guys are charging $150, $200. I'm like, young dude, for a haircut? But, I guess they're like artists, I guess. You can't tell them. When I left, I was paying $20 for a haircut. That was in 2018. I come over here. You can pay $1 for a haircut here. You're going to get a good haircut. If I was to go right now and get a shave, let them shave my head, which Merlin does it for me. Because they do it too good. They go so low and then I start getting the bumps. But it's only 50 pesos. That's less than $1. Frank Ellis says, put your budget at $1,500 minimum and you'll be in like Flint. Anything over that, and you're good to go. That's without a woman living with you. 2,000 with a woman living with you. Well, I would even say 2,500, man. Y'all don't realize how expensive women are over here. You got to pay for everything, man. Come on. I mean, you got to buy booty liners, pads, bra, underwear. You got to do everything. Okay? But y'all don't believe it. She's a whole lot more expensive than 500. Because wherever you go, you got to take her with you. So if it's 1,000 pesos to get into the White Sands Beach Resort, you got to pay 1,000 for her. Or if you're going to fly her to Boracay and it costs you 100, it's going to cost her $100 too. So it's really, some guys, no matter what you tell them, they're going to come over here, they're going to have a woman. So, this thing about the budget, I just let them know she's your greatest expense. Now if you get on her like TJ, and TJ's different. And remember, he's like 30 something years old, 34 or something. Most of the guys over here, we're not throwing away money like that. I'm not going to spend 400 or 600 on a hotel in the Philippines for one night, but he will. So of course he's not going to be spending more for his woman than he is for his, that's not his greatest expense, but it's way up there. If you take away all that and put him in a normal, just say $100 a night, which will get you a damn good place over here. She's way beyond that, because everywhere you go, she's going. So if you go to the restaurant, a nice fancy restaurant like he likes to go, and you order and you buying her food too, it's expensive. Hey, I'm sorry, guys, I can't. Dexter Dixon, thanks for that super sticker. I'm using my phone today. But yeah, one thing that a lot of us don't have, even living over here, we don't have an emergency plan. If that brother would have had an emergency plan that got gypped over there in Lapu-Lapu, those people wouldn't have had to help him. You need something over on your side and this side in the event of an emergency. That's why they call it an emergency. More likely it's not going to happen. But that's why they call it an emergency. Just in case Murphy's Law shows up, because it always shows up at the worst possible time. But, there's nothing that we've come up with that can solve the wrong place at the wrong time. And the fact that we're our worst enemy over here. If those are the two biggest things right there. You can't, it's hard to, and we're living somewhere in between those two. Because we surely are our worst enemy. These guys, are talking about taking care of the family and all. These people aren't going to ask you for a damn peso. If they do, you better run. They're proud. They'll work hard no matter what the salary is, okay? Listen to me. I'm telling you. We're the ones taking care of that. When you hear people talking about that, they're lying. Just like that John guy down in Dumaguete. He did that himself, trying to open businesses for people. I've seen it before. You don't understand what's going on over here. You can't just come over here and start opening up businesses for people. Oh, here, I'm going to give you a motorcycle business, which my buddy in Kentucky tried to do that. He opened up a sorry store. He opened up, he bought the motorcycle, the sidecar, and the license. Put them in business. And don't you know, the only person that drives that damn motorcycle is when he comes over here, he rides it. That's it. They let it go. To be a motorcycle, a tricycle driver over here, man, you got to be a hustler. You can't be lazy. You got to be a hustler to earn any kind of money, and there are hustlers out there. But you don't know your family. They're going to say, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Oh, piggery is another waste of money that people, because they don't understand the fact that Um, okay, the operating costs, they don't even take in consideration of that. They'll say, oh, we had 5 new piglets, and they'll eat up to 5. They don't sell them, they won't eat them, whatever it is. Not realizing the cost that it took to produce those 5. So you just keep falling further and further behind. Then if it is earning money more than they've ever seen before, now you got an honesty problem. Because money will do that to people, the best of us, guys, not just Filipinos, the best of us. Bro Torres said, yeah, I have relatives in the Philippines giving sob stories. I'm not falling for that BS. Well, Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience says, hey, Gigi, afraid not. Radio silent. What's he talking about? Frankie said, tell him, G, same here, though. Big holidays, fancy restaurants, out, etc. Pay for play. Yeah, you're going to spend, guys. But you have to understand, when I met my wife and I took her to the tip top, it was an absolute upgrade for her. This is out her mouth. She had never slept on a real mattress before, never took a hot shower before. No, nothing about aircon. None of that. She was happy. Okay. Now, when I met my son's mother, she was just so shy and so afraid to tell me the difference that she was probably thought she had died and went to heaven. We were staying at all these 4- and 5-star hotels everywhere we went. But I know what she's thinking. You're throwing away money. You're wasting money. But she was afraid to tell me. It's a big upgrade. I'm telling you it is. Because some of you guys have never been over here. You talk that talk. Oh, I want a province woman and this and that. You've never been to the province. All provinces aren't the same. I'm going to give you an example. I didn't write it down here, but I was. 2 police were hacked to death somewhere above in those mountains in Davao. They were on a domestic call. It was an indigenous tribe up there, and they were hacked to death. And then I think three police were in critical condition. You don't know what you're dealing with in these provinces, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Now, you want to date a woman from out of there without even knowing who she is and everything, and then you want her to take you back up there and all of that, man. You guys need to slow down a little bit and learn a little bit something. If you decide to travel to the Philippines, don't go up in them down province and in mountains until you know better. These police were hacked to death. They're up there trying to help the people, trying to, resolve a domestic dispute. And they got hacked to death, man. Every province is the same. But some of those provinces, man, they're very, very primitive. So why would you take a woman from there and then take her to the Bay Hotel or, one of them fancy hotels? But this is what we do. She don't understand. She don't appreciate it. She doesn't know the difference between the tip top and the damn Shangri-La. But you won't listen to somebody that knows, is trying to help you. Come over trying to impress these women. The only way you're going to impress them, man, what did I tell you? Don't look down on them. Just be just like them. Those are the foreigners they like. Those are the ones they like. They don't like the ones come over here arrogant, throwing money around, thinking you're better than them. And this is what most of us do. This is why when you start offering Filipinos money in the beginning, they really don't want it. They're saying, I'm not for sale. That's the impression they have. So they're saying, we don't want that money, man. Come on. Get to know me first. We're our worst enemy, guys. Hey, Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience, he says, what's he say? I can't hardly read. He says, I've had folks offer me business opportunities and I refused them. My wife took her friends up on the offers and loans. And what she said? Yeah, she lost every time. Yeah. Well, I was with me and Marilyn. We were coming from the gym going to Save More the other day, 2 days ago. Walked past the restaurant of a lady that borrowed 10,000 from Maryland. Really, that was my money. She never paid us back. Okay, man. Listen, you know, I did it because she was one of Maryland's clients. Okay, and I don't know. Maryland's got a good relationship with her clients, so I don't know. Maybe they helped Maryland somewhere in the past. Maryland thought it was a good idea. There wasn't nothing wrong with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have did it. If Maryland was like, no, don't give it to her. Say we don't have it. No, we gave that woman 10,000. That was last June when I came back from Thailand. Never seen another peso. See, this is what would get you in trouble. Because, see, I don't like to think about it because I get angry. And that's why I told Maryland. That's the only reason I'm okay with it, because I don't think about it. Because, they will take advantage of you. That she just took my money. And, but what can I do? Okay. If I do start trouble, she knows some people that could probably get rid of me. It's not worth 10,000. It's going to cost her more than 10,000. Probably already has. But yeah, Rico XXX says, yeah, if you want to create enemies, loan them some money. This is why I say don't borrow money, don't loan money. Learn to save, guys. Trust me, man. Learn to save. That's one thing. If you decide to travel to the Philippines, don't run out of money. That's another thing we need to talk about. Don't run out of money, man. You don't have to be going to the resort every day, to the club every day. Sometimes it's okay to just chill out at the mall or chill out at the hotel where you stay in and go swimming, because you don't want to run out of money over here. Cooper's Thai Adventures, now he knows what he's talking about. He says, when a Philippine family says, can I borrow money? What they really mean is, can you give me money? Don't expect it back. But see, Merle's family's never asked me for anything. Never. And remember, we've been together over 4 years. My wife's family, we were together over 10 years. Never asked me for 1 peso. When you hear about guys, if somebody in Maryland's family would say, hey, loan me some money, man, if they would have said that when I first started, I would have probably went the other way, because the fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. So if you out there right now, you watching and her family's asking you for money, or they're pressuring her to ask you for some money, man, I don't care, man. You got to get rid of that. That's a problem, because that's never going to stop. Once you open up that Pandora's box, it's never going to stop. Okay, it's just not, man. Frankie said, "Yep, loan is a gift in every situation. Don't believe you're never going to see it back." Yeah, but you live and you learn. See, I've never done that before. It's the first time I did that, and I did that on the strength of Maryland, because Maryland's got a good relationship with her clients. Otherwise, I wouldn't have never 10,000. That's like giving somebody $10,000 in America. You think you're gonna get that back? Even the dope dealer don't play like that over there. A lot of them end up killed over there, because the Colombians and all of them, they give them that money. The Mexicans give them that money. Give them that dope on credit. Hell, you see them spending up the damn money before they turn it in. My friend said, yeah, I did that. He said, yeah, I'll get my money first. I'm taking penitentiary chances out there. I got to get my money first. Then I'm going to worry about paying the man. He ended up with 20 years in prison. He's out now. You don't fool around anymore. Jack Wolfinger says, the sunshine shoulders, when you finally think, holy cow, that's 2,500 pesos instead of that's only $50, you'll be financially successful here. Thank you. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. Once you turn that damn exchange calculator off in your head, and realize that it's not $50, it's 2,500 pesos, you're going to go a long way over here. Your money's going to start stacking up. Okay, because somebody says, oh, loan me 10,000. Your calculator is going to say, oh, that's only $180. No, that's 10,000 pesos. It takes a whole month to earn that over here. And that better be a damn good job. Because most people you're going to deal with over here, they're going to be earning anywhere from 4,000 to 8,000 per month. 10,000 is not $180. It's 10,000 pesos. What's up, Martin Barber? Thanks. I want to show you something. This is what he sent us. And we're taking it back to Sicky Horror. He sent us how many of these? 6 or 8. This stuff's probably expensive over here, but this repels insects, all kinds of stuff. Them damn geckos too. It says repels mosquitoes for up to 6 hours. And see, it's got that lemon eucalyptus, and that's what those damn geckos don't like. But we haven't had any problems since he killed it. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't believe I've ever seen a white gecko. That thing was white. It was spooky looking, man, scary looking. And you know, it had to die, man, because I've never seen. I should have took a picture of that, but it's just so frightening looking. It looks worse than them big ass spiders over here. They're not gonna bother you, but they're gonna scare the bejesus out of you. Just seeing them, man. I mean, their legs. I mean, the center, especially if they're pregnant, about this big, and then the legs, man. That thing looks like a tarantula. Let's see. Colin B says, hey, Cal, my woman told me the same thing. She likes me because I do not act like a big shot when I'm there. Her family has never asked me for money, but I knew her family is benefiting. Yeah, and that's the point. But yeah, if you want to make enemies over here, come over here acting like, you know, you're better than anybody. Throwing money around, acting like you're a big shot. They looking at you like you're stupid. We're not the first ones that came over here. This has been going on for a long time. They got a history, guys, of us. They got enough history where they can look at you and tell, are you a good guy? Are you a bad guy? There's enough history here for foreigners that they can tell. And when you come over here like that, trying to give all this stuff right away, they don't want it. Because they're saying we're not for sale. You make the woman feel like she's a prostitute. She knows there's something else on the other side of that damn peso you giving her. You know, let her do it of her own free will. But when you start doing stuff like that, man, it's not going to last. John Crossan says, Calvin, what kind of a life can I have in the Philippines for $1,500 a month? Well, it's at $1,500 net, John. If it is, you can live a pretty good life, okay? Let's just say, I use the Sicky Horror example because it's a great example. For $20,000, that could be all your living expenses. Okay, so what's that about at 55 pesos? What's that about $370? Now that's everything. That's your rent and your utilities. And remember, he's got Wi-Fi there for free. So that's my living expenses. Now I just got it. So now I've got what, $1,130 left. That's for my food, my entertainment, and it's another $28 a month for my visa extension. That's pretty good right there. Now, I'm already in Siquijor now. That's a resort area. So I don't have to go to Boracay. I don't have to go to Bohol and Palawan and all those places because I'm already on an enchanted island. This place has got just as many tourist attractions, waterfalls, cliffs, all kinds of stuff that you would need anywhere else, so you don't have to go anywhere. So you can live pretty good there. he said that Garal Stillpock said it had to die. It's cold. No, the thing was, we left it alone, Garal, a girl. But Merlin had left the damn bedroom door open, and the damn gecko got in the bedroom. Well, have you heard one of them things, the blood curdling screams they got? You know, that it's bad enough when it's outside. But imagine when it's right in your room somewhere, you don't know where the damn thing is. They said if they jump on you, you know, you got to cut them off of you and all of that. Okay? So we didn't want him to die, but I'm glad he's dead because he was a scary son of a gun. The owner killed him. He hit him in the head, and he started going around in circles, blood going everywhere, and he died. I hope he gave his, gave his life to Jesus. He's in heaven right now. If he admitted his sins and let Jesus into his heart, he's in heaven right now. Girl, still up. King Arthur, I love the chime. Now I have won a good amount of pesos at the casino in TJ, and I watch my back when I leave. Let's see. He says, C. Jackson says, I admit it's hard for me to turn off that money translation. Even if she asks for 2,500 pesos, I'm still thinking 50. I just have to remember the money goes further. Yeah, it's not $50. Remember this, C. Jackson, C.J. Jackson. They don't take dollars over here. Only pesos. This is a peso economy. You can never spend $50 over here. You can exchange $50 for 2,500 pesos or whatever it's going to be, but it'll never be $50. And then all you have to do is ask her, well, how much money do you earn every month? See, that will give you a good idea of what a dollar is versus a peso. If she says, well, I'm earning 5,000 pesos per month. Now you're giving her half of her salary. It's a big difference than $50, man. You got to turn the calculator off, but it takes a long time for that to happen. You're not going to do that overnight. I promise you. Al Rogan says start with 300 per month. Now, is that living expenses? I just rent. Because all the places that we lived in San Carlos City, not one place was 300 per month. The house we were renting before the house John moved in, it was 140 per month. Okay. And then we had 11,000 pesos per month, but it was fully furnished. Then the last house before we built this one, it was $170 per month. I mean, that was a nice place. My buddy Greg Williams lives in the same owner, same type of apartment. Roger and Ismi, they have the same place. That's a nice place for $170. Then you got your, but then you have to pay your utilities, your water, and your food. Then, whatever it is you're going to do, you're not going to sit around in the Philippines. But that's the good thing about living in a place like Siquijor Island. It's a lot to do. But if you're living in somewhere like Cebu, it's a lot to do, but it's going to cost you. Are you going to buy a motorcycle? Are you going to let them grab you and taxi you to death? Because some King B. Stacker, you can tell it's his first time over. He says, oh, yeah, those taxis, it's inexpensive. It's only $3 to get from here to there. Man, if you start doing that every day, at the end of the month, King B. Stacker, that money adds up. You're talking, if you do that 3 times a day, which I'm sure you are, you and your girlfriend and her little son, you're talking about, first of all, you're not spending $3 a day. you're spending 150 pesos. So you're looking at maybe 500 pesos a day on transportation. That's somebody's salary over here for a good damn job. Hey, W Secrets to Success, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, that was a great video of Booby washing clothes. She was looking too serious about her job like you. I was shocked, man. Merlin, I was eating breakfast. And Merlin said, hey, come out here and take a video. Look at Booby. Because her and her grandmother, man, they're like two peas in a pod. They're inseparable. Anything she sees the grandmother do, she wants to do. But that was her favorite dress. And Booby was out there washing that damn thing. And boy, she was dead serious too. I had to take that video. That's one of those lifetime memories, man. Booby was not playing about that dress. Hey, Al Rogan said teachers 14,000 pesos per month, security guard 7,000, and a domestic worker 6,000. Yeah, it depends on where you are. Now, our worker, now she considers it a good job now, because she was only earning half of that. We pay her 4,000 per month, right? But she doesn't live here, and she's here from like 7 to 4, something like that. You know, she can leave whenever she wants, really, because she was only getting half of that before, and then the pay was always late. You know, so yeah, that's a lot. You know, so it's not. I'm not giving her $80 per month. I'm giving her 4,000 pesos per month. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience says 300 was a condo in Cebu 5 years ago. 200 or less has been the rental cost of a house everywhere else. Yeah, that's usually what I do. Now you can pay as much as. I met a guy at the last meet and greet we had. His name is Anderson. Shout out to you, brother, from Houston, Texas. He's a teacher, but he's on a sabbatical. He's paying 40,000 pesos at that Solanea, but he's doing it Airbnb, so he's doing it for 1 month, which, you know, that's about 800. If you got that calculator going, you know, you're going to say, oh, it's 800. That's not a lot. But, 40,000 a month over here. I don't even know if you can rent a place in San Carlos for that much. I mean, you would be in a damn mansion for 40,000 per month. Check the logic. Said giving too much can mess up the economy. Well, we done messed it up then. It's beyond repair, really. We've certainly messed up a lot of people over here. I have to agree with you on that. But no matter what you say, I can talk until I'm blue in the face, and we're going to keep doing it. It's my money, they say. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm grown. They have no understanding of this place. They come right over here, get off the plane, and start doing the crazy stuff. Because we've got that Messiah complex. We have a need and a desire to save women who don't need saving. Imagine giving somebody all that money like that. Remember, it's the way you look at it when you tip, when you give gifts, when you give away money, send money. You have to do that dollar to the peso translation. So it means, it's got to be the dollar for every peso. Because we're talking about degree of difficulty. So if I give a woman over here 1,000,000 pesos, it's like me giving a woman in America $1 million, because the degree of difficulty of Maryland coming up with 1,000,000 pesos on her own, not somebody giving it to her, would be the same as if my daughter were trying to get $1 million in America. So it would be like lifetime money. It would take her whole lifetime, based on her job situation and everything like that, to come up with $1 million. It's the same thing over here, guys, but that doesn't seem to get through y'all's heads over there. 1,000,000 pesos, you can't turn off that damn calculator. It's not $17,000. It's 1,000,000 pesos. And once you realize that, you're going to save a lot of money. It would take her forever. I told you about the guy who gave the woman a million, 1.3 million. That was just at one time. He gave her more than that, really. She was earning 285 pesos per day when he gave her that money. Now add that up and see how long it's going to take a woman that's earning 285 pesos per day. None of that's saved because all of that goes to transportation, food, rent, children. It'll never happen, guys. Okay? So just keep that in mind when you're talking about that. It's not $17,000. It's not. It's a million pesos. It would take me forever. Okay? If I'm earning, okay, at my height, only 2 years did I earn over 200,000. Most of the time, it was anywhere from like 100 to 120,000. It would take me. I wouldn't be able to save a million because remember, I'm paying all my bills, taxes, everything out of that. It would take the rest of my life to save up $1 million. It would be almost impossible. John, he said, Calvin, I'm 63, single, never married. How do I find a good Filipino wife? Well, just show up here. First of all, be a decent human being. Because, as I said earlier, the Philippines is a perfect storm for a single man who is a decent human being. You had nothing to do with the storm. You didn't put it together. You didn't cause it. But when you talk about the cost of living, the strength of the dollar, the circumstances that make young women attracted to you, and all of that, it's a perfect storm for a single man coming over. I don't care how old you are. But be a man, John, when you come over here. Be able to take care of yourself. Eat good. Exercise. Get active, man. You don't want to come over here and be a burden. Don't ever let her think that she's the diamond because she's not. You're the diamond. Diamonds are literally falling out of the sky over here in the Philippines. And the women are picking them up. They're getting rich. Every time a plane lands, it's full of diamonds, which is us. But you come over here, you're overweight, you're out of shape. All you got is that damn pension and you thinking you running something. Man, you got a lot to learn about the Philippines, man. Women are not stupid. They really aren't. Okay? And they may play that game of yours for a little while, but eventually, when they get to the point where when they arrive at that point, wherever it is, because you never know where her destination is. Your ass is grass. What's up, Daryl? Yeah, you don't know. Your ass is grass after that. And then you got money involved, you got emotions involved, everything's involved. Then you going back to the matrix with your tail between your legs. But yeah, it's a perfect storm over here for us. We didn't create it. It's been going on a long time. Stop coming over here thinking you created the situation over here that all of a sudden, you discovered the Philippines. And no, man. It's a lot of history over here between the Filipinos and foreigners. Enough history where you can't come over. You're not going to change anything. First of all, you're not changing a damn thing over here. But if you come over here and get in where you fit in, know your value. See, this is what we have to do. I wrote some stuff down. It says, men have to know their value. Stop laying down over here. Stop coming over here thinking that she's the diamond. You're the damn diamond. No matter how bad your situation is when you get over here. Hers is worse. Okay? And you say, well, Cal, what do you mean we're diamonds? Yeah, we are. We're changing lives over here, guys. We are. Whether you're doing it the right way or the wrong way, we're changing lives over here. See? But if you don't know your value, if you come over here and, you put your life into her hands, then don't complain. with the results. He said, Joe says, how much does nurse makes per month? A nurse over here, I want to say they got a raise during COVID. I want to say uh, somewhere between 22 and 25,000. Start now per month. You know, which is a lot of money here. 22,000 pesos. They're middle class. But of course, you know, once they go overseas, yeah, uh, Roderick Lisa Calvin, we're a bunch of Frankie Lymans over here, a bunch of fools falling in love. That's right. But if you take your time and you get to understand, you know, and you let all the, because everything that glitters isn't gold. And that's why, you know, you listen to a guy who's been over here on and off for 14 years. The, you know, what do they do when they, is that the flaw, not the floss? What is it, you know, when they put gold, when they gold goes through the processing. But anyway, I'm seeing it for what it really is now. It doesn't make it worse, but it's not way up here like it was when I came here. It's more reality now. These are human beings, and I'm still on planet Earth. You guys come over floating, you know, because you're watching the wrong channels. No matter what's going on over here, it's going to be a whole lot better because of the perfect storm than what you're from where you're coming from. But we're way up here floating, and you know, and then you got the woman floating even higher than you. So when you don't tell guys that, you're negative, you're discouraging people. No, I'm not. Just telling you the truth. After a while, when the dust settles, that's why you hear a lot of guys say, well, these women over here, they're no different than the women over there. You're right, except they're a lot more attractive. Okay? They're a lot more cooperative. They're a lot more humble. They're a lot less confrontational. You're right. They are. They're just like that. So what do you rather put up with? Big Shirley over there and the bullshit she's putting down, or Marilyn over here and what she's putting down? Give me Marilyn every day of the week, twice on Sunday. And this is what you have to realize. He said, Pumpkin Joe, how you doing? He said, people think Filipinos are broke. You've been to Dumaguete and Cebu, Calvin. Better tell them about all those $40,000 to $80,000 trucks being driven around over there. Yeah, this is true. Pre-pandemic, the Philippines had one of the fastest growing economies in all of Asia, certainly Southeast Asia. I mean, it was booming, really. When I came over in 2009, man, it was crickets. Dumaguete was crickets, okay? There was nothing. You didn't see anything like that. If you just had a regular car, you were considered rich over here. Now, everybody's got cars. I mean, I'm talking about, you saw the car that the engineer drove that built my house, that Toyota Fortuner. There are a damn a dozen over here now. You see BMWs, you see all kinds of stuff. The makeup here is no different than it is anywhere else. You've got your elite, you got that 1%, you got the 10% of the 1% over here. Let me remind you that the last Forbes 400 list, two of the 400 richest people in the world were Filipinos. This new hotel that's getting ready to open up in Manila, it's going to be the biggest hotel ever in the Philippines, 1,500 rooms. It's built on a man's property. Yeah, I forgot his name. I was reading about it the other day. Look it up. I think it's Andrew Tan. Guys, yeah, there's money over here. But remember, I did a video on this a long time ago, almost 3 years ago. What's going to shock you about the Philippines is not only the poverty, but the wealth over here is going to shock you because you don't expect it. No one ever told you that. All you think is all these people over here are poor, they don't do, they can't do anything for themselves and this and that. No. The reason I like the Philippines is it's almost like being in America in the 1800s. Imagine if you had the vision, like some of those guys had back then in America, to start buying up land, doing this, doing that over here. And what, 20 years from now, where would you be? I saw that a long time ago. That's why I built my house. No matter if I'm here or not, they're going to be rich. They're rich already, but they're going to be wealthy just from this house and lot in another 5 to 10 years. They'll have lifetime money. But yeah, it's big money here in the Philippines. And there's a lot of money to earn when you live in this type of economy. When you live in this type of economy, there's so much room to grow. It's not like going to America, Thailand, where they're bursting at the seams. Everybody's fighting. That's why they call it the rat race. Over here, it's different, man. Imagine if you came over here and you came up with the idea of how to alleviate that traffic up in Manila, or if you came up with a better way to filter the water over here. There's so much potential here that it's never ending, really. It's going to keep going long after we're gone. But you got to be able to see that. But if all your focus is right here on the damn woman, you're not going to do anything but go broke over here. But go broke. Hey, that man Travis said, Brother Cal, you added a workout video to your content. I would love to see a workout video of you squatting free weight with the ball on your back. Okay, I'm going to do that today. It's like you reading my mind. That's exactly what I was going to do today, Jeff. This is Jeff. He came to our meet and greet. He's here. He's been here for a few months now. You read my mind, brother. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Hey, thanks, Chef Kevin from Kentucky for that super sticker. But yeah, men have to know their value over here, and you're a diamond. Diamonds are literally falling from the sky in the Philippines, man. And these women are smart enough to pick them up, and a lot of them are getting rich over here. But all we're doing is going broke. They're getting rich, and we're going broke. It should be the other way around. Yeah, RV. He's a Filipino. He's from here. He said, yeah, Andrew Tan of Mega World Corporation. Yeah, it's the biggest hotel ever in the Philippines, man. It's getting ready to open. 1,500 rooms. I mean, crazy. He said, a good comparison. Yeah. Because that's the argument now with these guys. Oh, the women over there are no different than the women in America. Yeah, you're right. But they're less confrontational. They're much more attractive, much more cooperative. Man, you know, it is a difference. But yeah, they're still women. Hey, Mike Dawsonville, thanks, brother. He said, preach on, brother. I appreciate all the information you're giving us every day. We need to start calling you the Messiah. No, man, I'm just sharing you my boots on the ground experience. I'm trying to help people. I'm not going to give you that sugary side all the time, Mike. You've been over here. Even if I tried to give you that sugary side, what would that do to my reputation with people like you who've been here on and off? They'll be like, man, this guy's full of shit. No, I'm just trying to help you, man. There is a difference. Hey, W Secrets to Success, thanks for that super chat. He said, quick math, 285 pesos per day, 265 average work days in a calendar year would take about 13.2 years to save 1 million pesos. Yeah, but that's saving every single peso, which is impossible. We're talking about having that money in your hand at one time. We're not talking about earning. You're talking about earning 1.3 W Secrets to Success. Thanks for that super chat, by the way. We're talking about saving it, having it in your hand at one time. Maryland sit here and told y'all a long time ago, 10,000 pesos in their hand at one time is a lot of money, but y'all won't listen. Y'all won't listen to that. Yeah, this guy was giving the woman 10,000 pesos every damn week. Only came over here for 3 days. Whatever she did, it wasn't worth no damn 10,000 per week. And he went back and filed the damn visa. He did everything wrong. He didn't know the woman. You said, well, how do you know, Cal? Because she was already engaged to a Japanese man. That's how I know. The Japanese man was giving her 7,000 per week. This woman was earning more than doctors over here just from being somebody's girlfriend. Because diamonds are falling from the sky over here. Filipinos are bending down, picking them up. And they're translating into riches over here. You the damn diamond over here, and you gonna come over here and lay down. Stand up, man. Every man that come over here is not the same. Don't put me in the same basket with some of these fools that come over here. Every expat's not the same. Some people are actually over here living their best life that they've ever lived before. Me, I'm one of them. Taking advantage of the perfect storm over here. A lot of you guys, man, you don't even know what the perfect storm is. You don't even know that everything's already set up for you over here. All you gotta do really is show up and have some decent conversation. You could be like, as far as, you don't have to be Superfly or somebody like that, Rico Suave. You could be in the kindergarten of rappers. And, when we were coming up, when rapping was talking to a woman, it wasn't, hey, did you rap to the woman? Does he know how to rap to the women? It wasn't this rapping like, rhyming and stuff. This is what I'm saying. If you just could talk just a little bit to let the woman know where you're coming from and what you're expecting, man, you already on cloud nine somewhere. Czechoslovakia said, Cal's not the Messiah. He's a voice crying in the wilderness. I am. That's what I feel like sometimes. He said that woman could save $1 million in no time scamming. Well, that wouldn't be saving because she's going to spend it, just like that woman did. Spent it all. Never gave her mother not 1 peso. Spent every peso she had. All of a sudden now she becomes this smart businesswoman. And it was gone. 6 months, 7 months, whatever it was gone. Nothing left. Yeah, see, sometimes you can't, some people just aren't going to be helped because their whole logic, is off key already. They're coming over here thinking that they have to be a savior. Look, if you don't hear anything else for the rest of the time I'm on here, these women don't need saving over here. They were doing fine before they met you, and they're going to be doing fine without you. These women are tough as nails, guys. They just look soft and feminine and sweet and all of that. They can take care of themselves. I'm telling you that they can. And the ones that can't, you don't want to fool with them anyway. That's the difference between a good woman and a great woman. The Philippines is full of great women. These are women who can take care of themselves, with or without you. There's a lot of good women over here, but, they're not doing anything. They're sitting around waiting for you to save them. You don't want that, from what y'all telling me. You say you don't want that. You want a woman that they can take care of herself, they can do, they can help in the relationship. Kali Bahakuba says 1979 Subic Bay, what a storm. Yeah, it's a perfect storm over here. But guys don't realize, I'm telling you that it is, and it's been here long before Sunshine Shoulders showed up. It's a perfect storm for a single man over here, who's a decent human being. You couldn't, there's no other place on the earth where it's set up more for you. Because people, we always, Thailand, Brazil, Colombia, it's not set up the way it is over here. With the language, with everything, it's all set up for you. Just show up and be a decent human being. Don't try to take advantage of anybody. Don't mistreat anybody. I finally got through to my buddy Franz in Cebu. Now he's living a life he never even knew existed. 40 something years old, in the prime of his life, big money. You know, he's got a Rolodex now. He's not mistreating anybody, but he's not being stupid either. He's not moving some woman in and then letting her run his life at 40 years old. You can do that at home. I just told him, I said, man, you didn't come over here for that. You know what you came over here for. Then just do that. Rico XXX says she must have gave him a tornado and it blew his mind. I don't know what she did. Whatever she did, it wasn't that good. Trust me. It wasn't that good. Because he was already, this guy was giving 40,000 pesos per month to this lady, even before he met her. So he come over here 3 days, you know, he just continued that on his way home. The only thing that saved him, and it saves a lot of us, was her friend came forward, her best friend, and told on her. See, she probably can't find anybody, or maybe she wanted him. So, hey, here's how they'll do it. I'm just telling you this because you're a good man, and I don't like to see her taking advantage of you. But she's got a Japanese boyfriend already she's engaged to. And then you're sitting there, your head falls off your head and rolls across the room. You go and get it and put it back on your head, and you still don't believe it. You're still going to go back and challenge the woman. And you still want to hear her side of the story. When they're going to vet. Remember Monroe, my buddy Monroe Anderson in Dallas? Well, no, in Houston. When he came over and married that woman who was already married, guess who told him that the woman was already married? Her first cousin at the reception. They're going to vet you. They're going to vet the woman for you. If you just go around them, if you just take your time, okay, don't come over and get married right away like a lot of these guys are doing. Hey, Roderick Lee, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, I really enjoyed your reading of the setup. I'm sorry, brother. Let me get you because, okay, he says, Calvin, I really enjoyed your reading of the setup. I'm definitely going to buy your ebook, my brother. I'm taking you up on the Get Strong Challenge. Well, thank you, man. You know, that's always been my dream, man. I want to write a bestseller. It may take me years to do it, but I put it out there in the universe. Okay? And then you never know what you can do until you do it. At least try. That setup came to me. I mean, it's not edited. You know, it's probably some, not the ebook I'm saying. Now, when I read it, it's different. I'm reading it because I wrote it. A lot of editing, you know, is not even needed. I do that. But it's not, you know, edited, professionally edited or anything like that. But eventually I'm going to catch the attention of somebody. That's how it always does. When you put your goals out there, the universe will step forward and bring the people and the circumstances together that will help you. All I got to do is take the baby steps. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking baby steps. You may call the universe God, Allah, whatever it is, Buddha, whatever it is. I'm just saying that when you put it out, I believe in the laws of the universe. And I thank you, brother. But, you know, a lot of people, they don't understand that type of language. And they say, oh, why don't you just say God? Well, I don't believe that. I believe in the laws of the universe that don't discriminate against anybody. It's fair. If you obey the laws, you're going to benefit. If you violate them, you're going to be punished. It's as simple as that. The law of gravity, the electricity, all of it. There's no favors. See, that's the only thing about religion that makes me mad. Oh, I'm highly favored. Shut up. Hey, Marcus Focus said he learned she was already married at the wedding reception. Damn, that's definitely in the Hall of Fame. Yes, it is in the Hall of Fame. He's in my Hall of Fame for that. Because, see, women over here, man, they're too damn slick if you let them be. She told him, oh, we don't have to do that cinema. We don't have to do all of that. Just give me some extra money. I can pay the people under the table. We'll get all that taken care of. Okay? And that's what he did. Because she knew she was married already. Okay? But here's the crazy thing about that. He went through with the visa and all of that, and guess what? The United States contacted her to come in for the interview at the embassy. But, this is when all the investigation really starts at that interview. When they're looking at all the paperwork and everything, then they're probably saying, hey, well, you're already married, lady. You can't go over there. And then they'll cut it right there. He says, well, they didn't even bother with law. What are you talking about? 1968 said Calvin is the government in the Asian East offering incentives to be there, citizenship, land, right to vote. Y'all just tricks thinking that the women really love you. Well, there's a lot of advantages over here. And I talk about it all the time because love has nothing to do with why I'm here. Philippines had some of the best uh, visas and immigration laws for foreigners on the planet. If you want to be a citizenship, the SRV, if you're prior military with a honorable discharge, 1,500, 1,400 for the application. Then you have to have, I think, a 800 or $1,000 per month pension. Then, we got like 4 or 5 different SRVs. You can put in for a dual citizenship. You have to go through all of that. But it's a lot more than the women, guys. But see, where are you now? Where are you now? What type of situation are you in now? See, because men over here, we're explorers. We're adventurers. We're just like the Africans that moved from Africa to the Philippines 1,500 years ago. Something's not right. We're like Christopher Columbus and Magellan them, who were sent out by the kings and queens in those days and say, hey, look, we got to expand because Europe is dying. And if you're over there in that burning house and you don't want to escape and all you want to do is talk about us, then you're on the wrong live stream, brother. You're on the wrong channel. See, it's people like you who make our lives, who try to keep us over there because misery loves company. You sound miserable. Love ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, fixers is a business. Yeah, it used to be they're cracking down on them and you don't need them anymore. You don't need them. I mean, you're going to have to pay people to do certain things, but they're not fixers. They're just doing you a favor. You wash my back and I'm going to wash yours type of thing. I got fixed, and this was the last time I ever did it. It was really a scam. The very first time I went to immigration in Cebu, some guy steps forward, says, hey, for 500 pesos, I can get you through. Because, when you go to Cebu and all those places, crowded, right? Man, I was in there a long time. Okay, he didn't do me any favors. He just took my 500. How do I know? Because the next time I went in there, I didn't use him. I said, it's okay. I don't need you this week or this month or whatever it was. And I got out of there quicker. This guy wasn't doing anything. He was shuffling my papers around like he was really doing something. Standing underneath a big sign that says, don't use fixers. Fixing is illegal in the Philippines. Yeah. Check the logic. Said some people like being victims and they want company. Yeah. That way they can witness one another's victimization. Yeah, that's all that guy is. That man Travel says they're a permanent visa without SRV. Yeah, if you marry a Filipino citizen. Yeah, if you marry a Filipino citizen, you get that 13A. I believe that's what Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience has. But yeah, that guy, he just wants to be, he's miserable. He wants company over there. I'm sorry. We're leaving. Got a plane loads now. Well, I don't really know. You probably have to get a lawyer. Uh, he says, Calvin, how hard is it to get dual citizenship so I can own a house over there? Well, you can own the property. You can't own the land. I mean, I just don't look at it like that, guys. You know, you can't own land anywhere, really. Okay, you can't own land anywhere, really. Miss a couple of tax payments over there and see who owns that land. But I know what you're saying. You know, we've got this thing, guys. It's going to slow you up when you bring in that Western thinking over here. You got to get in where you fit in. If you got a problem with owning a land, then don't build a house, or don't build an extravagant house, or lease the land. I mean, but you know, everybody, you know, this isn't America. So we want to come over here and live exactly the same way. We want the Philippines to be the same way it is in France or Britain or America and all that. That's not why I came here. I came here because it was different. And you know, you just got to look over your situation, because you're going to die eventually, okay? You're going to die eventually, and somebody's going to have that, whether you own the land or not. Well, they're saying yes. He says, can I get the SRV with my VA disability income? But my buddy Cooper Thai Adventures says you can't. He says that he tried, and they said that the disability didn't constitute a lifetime pension. It said that, you know, anytime they could cancel his disability. But he said even though his lifetime, they, you know, see in the Philippines over here, they're going to see that disability and they're going to throw it out. You got to dot your I's and cross your T's over here. If it doesn't say pension, if it doesn't say Social Security and all that, they're going to avoid it. He tried it. So he had to spend $20,000 because they didn't include the income. Otherwise, he would only have to pay $10,000. Yeah, I love it. Sean said that's the reason why I travel to foreign destinations, because they're different. You know, and this is why I came. I mean, there's ways around that stuff. I would come over here and get me a lawyer if I'm really worried about that. Don't ask me, because I'm not going to practice law in the Philippines without a license. But that's what I would say, John. Come over here, hire you a lawyer, because they're not that expensive. And you can get all your answers, all your questions answered. He said, let's look after ourselves as men. Yeah, well, you know, that's what you would want to do, but they're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. Yeah, he said, guys, hire an attorney, you're not at home. I would if I was so worried about that. Mark and Focus at Calvin, I really liked your video about building a tiny house outside the box thinking. Yeah, absolutely. But it never even crosses our mind to build a tiny house over here. If you don't think you can live in that guest house, you got another thing coming. Most of these condos you guys are spending all that money for, it's no bigger than that guest house. Okay, the bathroom is a lot smaller too. Remember, I made a mistake. That bathroom is too big because I just stayed in a condo in Cebu. It wasn't much bigger than that. Certainly wasn't as nice because it's falling apart. If that starts falling apart, I'm gonna put it back together. But you never even think about, well, let me see if I can get me a little plot of land. Since I'm so worried about this woman taking everything and kicking me out, why don't I buy me a little small 100 square meter lot and build me a 20 square meter house? Okay, now I'm only out of $10,000 altogether, and I'm set. I'm gonna live here because I'm gonna spend that 10,000 in 1 year anyway. You're gonna spend that, guys, on rent and utilities, staying in them fancy places in Cebu and Manila. But now you're done, and then you can come back and forth. You're always gonna have a place. Well, you'd have to talk to a lawyer, but yeah, you can lease land over here for 25 years and then renew it for another 25, so 50 years. But remember, Frankie, though, here's this same argument that a lot of guys have about the Philippines. Oh, no one, he says, no woman gives a damn about relationship unless there's enough money for vested interest. Okay, let's say that's true. But what would you rather have it over there, over here, where the woman's less confrontational, more cooperative, certainly more attractive, certainly a lot nicer, and everything else being equal but that? Which one would you rather have? See, people aren't looking at this. They keep saying, well, all women are the same around the world. Maybe they are on that particular level, but there's some more things that make women over here a lot more attractive than over there. Because otherwise, why would I be over here if it wasn't an advantage? I'm not stupid. I'm very intelligent. I've been around the world several times. I know that there's a clear advantage for me here than it is in my country right now at this stage of my life. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I'd be over there enjoying all the benefits and all of that. But I'm over here because I discovered that there's a perfect storm over here for a single man who's a decent human being, who isn't talking about taking advantage of anybody, who isn't talking about mistreating anybody. There's a clear advantage for me here. Now, if I talk to a local, they've been here. They're going to give you the same response as I would about America. Oh, I'm tired of it. They're going to complain about the ins and outs of it, right? But if you're from the outside coming in and you're a man right now in 2023, it's a perfect storm over here. It's been going on for some time. It's up to you to take advantage of it. All men aren't the same. And that's what we're trying to do on these videos. We're trying to lump everybody in to the same basket. It's not true, man. Some guys come over here and struggle. And it's not because of the perfect storm. It's because of them. Everything is set up here for you to win. And they lose anyway because they can't carry on a decent conversation. They can't express themselves. They can't tell a young lady or the the landlord or immigration. They can't tell them, they can't express their true feelings. What do I expect? What am I going to get back in return? So they struggle. Y'all saw Mike over here. Mike is a very intelligent man. He's got a triple double going on over there. He's earning over 200,000 a year in Canada, Nova Scotia. Could not get a woman over here. Could not talk his way out of a damn paper bag. But he was a nice guy. But he just couldn't take advantage of the perfect storm over here. No, come on. This was one thing I made sure of. He said, Calvin, is your bathroom adjacent to the kitchen like a home in the Philippines is? No. It's away from the bathroom. It opens away from it. It's actually behind. If you walk into my house, I've got an open plan. So you got the living room, the dining room and kitchen, the bathroom's over here. It doesn't open up into the uh, kitchen like all the other places where I lived. Every last one of them was that way. It's some type of design that they have, but they all open up like that, and I couldn't get it. Well, the the house the first apartment we had over here that we were paying 11,000 for, it wasn't like that. That bathroom was actually out in the hall. But yeah, that is a design flaw that happens in the Philippines, and I won't deal with it. I mean, it's just, believe it or not. I mean, I don't have to explain to you the problems that creates. Yeah, he says there's no guarantees in life, no matter where you are. Yeah, this guy's the devil's advocate. He's not looking for a solution. He's one of those guys who sits on the couch. He has all the answers. He's not. You can't out debate those guys like that. They're gonna keep being objective and keeping all that stuff coming. I just ignore people like that, man. If you got it so good, why are you on a damn live stream where we're talking about the Philippines and how nice it is over here and the advantages of living over here? If you've got it so good and you don't see any advantages of being over here, why are you on this live stream, man? Come on. Frank L said, "Yeah, Mike really disappointed me. It was all there. It was all there for him on a platter, and he spit the dummy." Remember, though, a lot of times we may be the problem, but for the most part, guys come over here and live their best life. But we're not all the same. Mike, he had everything going for him, but he just could not, express himself. He was one of the few people who actually met the dreamer, right? He met her. And boy, he wanted him a dreamer. And I'm like, well, all you got to do is open your damn mouth. But he couldn't do it. Martin Barber said, Calvin, I seen a video of a Filipino with an American boyfriend. On her right hand, she looked to have had a $3,000 diamond ring on. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And, they don't realize that that's the first thing that's going. If things get tough, in America, the first thing that goes is the insurance. They're going to hold on to that before cable. But over here, the first thing that goes is the jury. I'm not going to make that type of investment until we're married, until we're living together 100%. Okay, I'm not going to buy that type of ring and then go back home because I've got my own story with that. In 2009, I spent $23,000. I mean, I promise you, by the time my plane got back home, it was already in the pawn shop. Oh, I lost it. And I finally talked her down like, you didn't lose that. What happened to the damn ring? Well, the pawn and blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. For $5,000. So I come back, I pay the $5,000, whatever it was, $5,100 interest, get it out. And I'll be damn, it happened again. And that was it. That was the last time I saw that. And I was even worried about it. But you don't need to do that. Okay. Imagine never having a ring before. Okay. Why would you spend 165,000 pesos on a ring? She's a woman in her right state of mind over here is not gonna say, no, you don't have to do that. Remember, it's not $3,000, it's 165,000 pesos. She's gonna be like, no, they don't even make sense. That they're using common sense over here. She's gonna say, why would you put a ring on my hand that costs more than my house? But we don't think like that. We're thinking, oh yeah, I'm this big guy over here. Look at me. I bought my girl. We're doing that for us. We ain't even doing it for her. We're doing hey, look at my girl. That's the ring I bought her. But then when you go back home, she's got to go back to the Kubo. No, I haven't heard from him. He left here. Him and his son, they went to Thailand, and I guess he's just gonna I guess he just figured he's gonna go on and buy something because he couldn't get it over here. He just couldn't get it over here, man. So they went to Thailand. Then he said he was going to Vietnam. But everywhere he goes, there he is. He's taking himself with him. But I got news for you, man. If you can't make it over here where it's all set up for you, you're not going to make it anywhere. And don't blame it on the Philippines. That's what guys do. You see all these negative videos being made about the Philippines. Man, it's not the Philippines. It's those guys come over here that can't make it. Hey, I voted. Hey, I've been on that hamster wheel a lot lately, but planning my escape in June of 2024. Thanks for keeping on, Brother Cal. Hey, you're welcome, brother. Yeah, and see, guys want to blame it on the big Philippines. When they'll see 100 guys over here living their best life, but they'll use that one bad example to say, oh, I'm not coming. I give the 360 because a lot of the people watching my channel, they're showing up over here. And all my credibility is all I've got. I don't have anything else than that. Okay. So the fight's getting ready to come on, right? Is it getting ready for the main event? But see, the genius of technology, I'll be able to watch the replay. I'm not gonna be able to watch it, guys. I wish I would, man, but I'm not gonna lose any sleep. No, I'm not talking about Americans, man. I don't have anything about Americans. And see, you're getting to the point where I'm going to bar you from my channel. Okay? See, this guy's a troll. Get rid of him. I'm not dogging out America. Okay? I'm an American. I fought for my country. Did you fight? If you did, you wouldn't be on here talking like that. I have a right. We all do. It's called freedom of speech. It's not hate speech. And if I want to, want my country to improve, then I will. See? And I can say what I want to. I can critique that. I'm not dogging America out. I lived there for 55 years. Because I fought for my country with my blood, sweat, and tears. If you don't like it, go on somewhere. But I'm getting rid of him because he's nothing but, he's a troll, guys. Him and this other guy. Yeah, he said it wasn't a very good year. But they want to come on and hear it. See, that's the reputation they're trying to throw out there, like we're dogging America. Well, we're telling you from our experience. This is just our perspective. Okay. Hey, Elette, now I want to interview you. Let me know your schedule because I want you to tell them your story. Now, Elette Makata, believe it or not, she lived in the Philippines as an expat years ago with her father. And she's got some stories to tell, and I want them to tell y'all. I can bring it out of her, but I've got to get on screen. And I don't know what this guy's talking about. We got to... I said, sorry, Calvin, fat fingers. No, it's okay. It happens. Yeah, he's trolling. I got rid of him. Yeah, I would have got rid of him. Yeah. I was trying to give him a chance, but now he showed himself. And they eventually will. They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. They eventually come out. They can't just sit back. See, some of these guys, they're You don't think out of 200 something people watching, I've got probably 20 people watching because they're trying to come up with some type of content and everything, see? And they'll relay it to their boss man, and he'll say, "Yeah, did you hear Calvin say this? You make a video out of this, boss man." They're on here. So every now and then, you make a video that brings them out, see? That brings them out of the woodwork. And then you just get rid of them. I do that. Sometimes when y'all see a video I make, it may be out of character of me, out of the ordinary, but I'm doing that for a reason. All you got to do, if you want to bring the trolls out, say something about race or something like that. And they're going to come out of the woodwork. They're going to start coming out. How you using race? Blah, 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 this. Right? Hey, Chris McDonald said, "Cal, I know you work out and you're a great dad, but what else do you do to fill your day?" Well, I read. I look at YouTube too. We go to the beach when we're in Siquijor Island. I ride my bike. That's a lot of things to do in the Philippines, man, And then, see, me and Merlin, we're not just a couple. We're the best of friends, man. Really. We hang out. We might can go like the road, like the engineer who built my house, he's got a restaurant that he opened up. It's a car wash at the bottom, coffee shop and restaurant at the top. We'll go there and drink a cup of coffee, and it's up high so you can look out over the street. It's so much to do here, man. You'll never get bored, really. But the key is being in shape, though. See, if I wasn't in shape, if I had to just sit here all day, Chris, under the aircon, I can't walk anywhere because, in St. Carlos City, they have that big center mall. You can go over there. You can just walk until you pass out if you want to. He said, if you want to defend Big Shirley, let him. But back to you, Chris. I'm more active here in the Philippines because of the weather than I was at home. See, one of my problems at home was when the weather turned cold and you can't go out. See, that's when I was having my problems. That cabin fever, my depression kicks in. I can't go anywhere. Nobody's outside. It's not like that here, man. The Philippines really did change me after a while, though. It takes a while. I mean, I knew immediately in 2009 I eventually was going to live here. Fresh Hello, I said, "Brother Cal, I believe your message. I'll be there in 3 weeks. I'll be extremely respectful to the beautiful Filipino culture. I believe when you open up your mouth, you tell the world who you are." Yeah, you do. And sometimes you don't have to say everything you're thinking. And sometimes we got that bad over there on the other side. And sometimes they'll do that over here. You don't always have to say what you're thinking. Yeah, but I mean, it's a lot to do over here, though, Chris. I mean, it really is. But it just depends on who you are. You can find stuff to do. Those meet and greets, I did that for a reason. That gives me 1 or 2 days out of the month to be busy too. Planning to get there, traveling. You do stuff. You got to kind of think ahead. Because remember, all your friends and family and your support group you left at home. You got to recreate all of that over here. You got to recreate that good name. Because Chris McDonald, I'm sure, has a good name in your hometown. But when you come over here, all that's gone. People don't know you anymore. You got to recreate that all over. Hey, Danny. This is Danny, Road to the Philippines, man. I consider him a friend now. He came and visited us, him and his girlfriend, well, his fiance. He came here, and then we went to the resort where they were staying. He said, "Hey, Cal, another great live stream as always. I'm headed to the Philippines in less than 5 weeks. Our guest house will be complete by the time I arrive." He says, "And we're coming." He said, "I hope you and Merlin can come down to visit." We will, because I think TJ's going to be down there around that time. And I want to take Merlin to Davao anyway. I haven't been back to Davao or that region in since 2011. And I forget, Danny, because I was looking, but hell, that's a hell of a guest house you're building. Merlin thought it was another house. What are you building there, man? That thing looks huge. It's got an upstairs and a downstairs. Looks to me, man, that's a hell of a guest house. But thanks for that super chat. And, you know, he caught a lot of heat early on when he built the house here. You know, but he's smart. Every time he comes back here, I would say he's got his money worth already, because he only spent maybe a little bit over $1,000,000 pesos. When you come back here, guys, you don't have to pay the rent. You don't have to worry about the headache of trying to find a place. It's already here for him. And you'll know if the woman you're with is the right one and if you can trust her or not. If you stick around for a little while, he didn't do it right off the top. And neither did I. You'll know. Mike Dawsonville said, hey, Cal, you can come to South Florida. It's hot all year round. Wow, 102 today. Man. But you remember, y'all get a break, don't you, Mike? Hard Man Alive said, Cal, just saying, don't. I told you the setup part 2 got real. Is the setup part 3 available? Sorry if I'm ignorant of the latest news you may have given on it already. Yeah, it's ready. Merlin put them all in one book for me. Or you can just purchase part 3 by itself. And I already uploaded part 3, the audio version, Hard Man Alive. But this next story is going to be called The Passport Brother and the Case of the Sacred Brew. This is deep, man. It came to me 2 nights ago. And I'm going to put a spin on this Passport Brother stuff. But it's going to be really, really good. Really interesting story. But yeah, guys, I got to get off here. Remember, this is Sunday. We go to the grocery, and plus we're going to get ready to travel. I know y'all want to watch that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. fight. I wish. If you decide to travel to the Philippines, guys, sign up for that STEP program, the Smart Travelers program. It's free. Monitor the local media, man, especially when it comes to the weather. It can change in a heartbeat. Our sincerest condolences to the families of the victims on that ferry accident. You know where you're going when you come over here. Have an emergency plan. Over there and over here, tell somebody that you're coming here. Don't be ashamed. That reputation the Philippines got is not the right one. It's coming from people who've never been here before. This place is as safe as any other place I've ever been. But have an emergency plan. Let people know where you are. Hey, I'm going to the Philippines. I'll be there for 2 weeks. You know, here's my debit card. Somebody you can trust, obviously. Something happens to me and I need money. I need you to wire that over here to me. Or whatever. Same as on this side. Because that brother in Lapu-Lapu, had he had an emergency plan, he wouldn't have been in as bad a situation he was in. His problem is going to be somebody's solution. And that's a fact. But thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders, man. Al Rogan said, don't trust the lease. He said, don't trust, lease the land to build your house. Yeah, unless you've got some vested interest. Now, if you're married, I mean, really married, if you got children, it's okay. You know, but you'll know who to trust. You know, see, here's another thing. Let me say this. I'm glad you brought this up because you stirred something in my mind I was going to say. Even though you hear these sorry stories and these horror stories, right? Filipinos, for the most part, are honest people, man. If they were not honest, guys, we couldn't survive over here. I'm going to say the same percentage of people over here are dishonest as they are anywhere else. Most of the time when you come over here, people aren't out to trick you. They're not out to scam you. That's just the facts, guys. You hear these horror stories over the years, but it's really a small fraction of the people that we deal with. I tell them to you to let you know it's out here, that it can happen if you come over here acting a damn fool. But for the most part, man, people who are honest, they're not going to do that kind of stuff to you. They're not raised that way. These people are raised conservative Roman Catholics. Religion is really, really deep over here. I mean, they really believe God is watching. Whether he is or not, they believe it. And so, for the most part, the people you deal with, they're going to be honest as hell. I'm going to tell you, I was in Jollibee one time, and I'm getting ready to pay with my money. I pull my money out, and my damn debit card falls out. Now, remember, they could have just picked up that debit card, man, and I wouldn't have, they could have got some money out before I'd ever known what happened. But the man came up to me, you know, he knew it was me, and he gave me my debit card back. I remember one time, as Maryland, I was in a little pedicab, and all of my credit cards, and you know, a credit card, you don't need a pen or anything like that. 4 of my credit cards, man, they're all in his pedicab. He was set. He could have got that money, man. You know, imagine what a pedicab driver earns over here. He may be lucky to earn 75 pesos a day after he pays his, you know, what they call it, his bounty. He could have just took that one credit card I had with a $5,000 limit on there, man. He'd have been set for the whole year, but he didn't do it. So that's why I'm telling you guys, you know, more than likely you're not going to get scammed over here. More than likely you're going to be the one who's going to spend that money, who's going to give it away. They're not going to cheat you. You're going to give it away. She's not. She's going to be so nice to you, and it's something that you've never experienced before, that you're going to overcompensate. You're going to say, wow, I haven't been treated this well in 20 years. I'm going to buy you a house and a lot. You're overcompensating when you don't have to do that. But okay, guys, take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. The next meet and greet is August 24th. It's in Cagayan de Oro. I'm going to message the guy today and get the actual location if you're interested in coming. Take care.